I get it, you're staring at a kitchen showroom or scrolling through endless listings, and every click feels like a gamble. You've probably spent a few nights picturing yourself cooking a perfect steak or a batch of croissants, only to wonder if the appliance you're eyeing will actually deliver or just sit there as a pricey paperweight. That hesitation is real, especially when the price tag is high enough to make you double-check your budget before you even pull the trigger. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When it comes to a 30-inch professional induction range, the decision isn't just about the look of those sleek black and bronze panels. It's about whether the technology under the hood aligns with your cooking style, your kitchen layout, and the dishes you actually make week after week. Induction isn't a nice-to-have for most home kitchens. It's a specific cooking method that demands the right pots, a certain level of comfort with digital controls, and an appetite for a learning curve. That's why I want to break down the everyday reality of using this Gordon Ramsay branded range, beyond the glossy marketing copy. First off, the tilt panel touch control is the kind of feature that feels futuristic until you actually use it. Instead of fiddling with knobs that can get greasy or misdialed, you slide your finger across a smooth surface and the heat level adjusts in real time. In my experience with similar panels, the tactile feedback is surprisingly precise. Dialing down from a roaring boil to a gentle simmer is almost instantaneous. For a home chef who frequently moves between searing a piece of salmon and then simmering a sauce, that kind of responsiveness can shave off a few stressful minutes each night. The downside, however, is that the panel can be a little too sensitive when your hands are wet or when you're wearing a kitchen glove. A quick accidental swipe can raise the heat unexpectedly, so you'll find yourself double-checking the display more often than you would with a traditional knob. The oven side of this range is where the professional claim tries to shine. A 4.8 cubic foot capacity sounds generous, and it really is when you factor in the LuxGlide telescopic rack. The rack slides out smoothly, which is a small but meaningful convenience when you're pulling out a hot tray of lasagna or sliding a pan of cookies in for the last few minutes of baking. I've seen the difference between a static rack that requires you to bend over a hot oven and one that glides out. You're less likely to burn yourself, and you can position dishes more precisely. The true convection fan circulates heat evenly, so baked goods tend to rise uniformly and roasts develop a consistent crust without hot spots. In real-world terms, that means fewer undercooked edges when you're juggling a sheet pan of veggies alongside a roasting chicken. Self-cleaning is another promise that usually comes with a caveat. In the case of induction ranges, the oven's interior is already smoother than a traditional gas oven, which reduces the amount of food residue that sticks. When you actually hit the self-cleaning button, the temperature ramps up to a level that chars leftover bits, turning them into ash you can wipe away. It's effective for most spills, but it's not a miracle solution for baked-on cheese that's been left for days. If you're the type who forgets to wipe the oven after a big batch of pizza, you'll still need to spend a few minutes scrubbing after the cycle finishes. Now, let's talk about the built-in casters and leveling legs. Those aren't just for show. The casters let you roll the unit a few inches to access the back of the stove for cleaning or to rearrange your kitchen flow. The leveling legs, meanwhile, let you fine-tune the unit on uneven flooring, a common issue in older homes. I've moved a similar range a couple of times, and those adjustments save me from a wobbling stovetop that could cause pots to tip. The trade-off is that the casters add a slight amount of bulk to the base, so you'll need a little extra clearance in front of the unit if you plan to tuck it against a wall. So who should actually consider this range? If you're an avid home cook who already enjoys the speed and precision of induction, meaning you own a decent set of magnetic cookware, and you're comfortable reading a digital interface, you'll likely appreciate the rapid heat changes and the even oven performance. It's also a solid fit for anyone who entertains regularly and needs that extra oven space without compromising countertop real estate. The Gordon Ramsay branding might appeal if you're motivated by that restaurant-level vibe, but the real value comes from the functional design choices, not the nameplate. On the flip side, this isn't the best match for a kitchen where space is at a premium. The 30-inch footprint, combined with the built-in casters, means you need